I'm gonna give everybody just a few minutes to try to get in here and stuff, and then I'll get started. Give everybody just a few minutes to try to get in here and stuff. Hey, hey. I thought she was over on White Boys. I look a hot mess, but Dolly, don't forget to drop your link either. I want you to go ahead and drop your link. That way it's in here. So, I'm sure you guys are wondering what this is on the screen, right? Well, what it is what it is. And I look rough. I haven't felt good the past couple of days. Yeah, I can't either. And I went in a while ago and was changing some stuff on my settings on my live stream, wiped all my stuff out almost. But I managed to get some back in as moderators and things like that. But yeah, I can't no more. You know, I just can't. Uh, as well as Summer's case too. It is what it is, and I know my gut's telling me a million things, and I'm gonna go with my gut. It usually don't do me wrong. How do I sound? Do I sound okay? Yeah, I don't know where my other phone's at. It's in here somewhere. Who knows? Who knows where it's at? I was gonna look at my Facebook stuff, but yeah, I may be sitting on it. I never know. No, I'm not sitting on it. Dolly, Yummy, where's my on that, honey? Still don't have kittens. I'm anticipating kittens any day now. So, yeah. Anyway, how do I sound before we get into this? Because this report, I have not went through all of it myself. I went through some of it. Hit gold on it. I tell you what, we did. But the guy that that wrote the report, his thing is called Marco Polo, and I had watched the thing on Twitter just a couple of days ago. As a matter of fact, the same day I found the report. It's been out for a little bit, but he said that he wants people. They've made it where people can look at it and things like that, so the word can get spread. You know what I'm saying? So, what backtrack? Oh, the stream backtrack. It's all right. But yeah, I have not been feeling good, to be honest, here lately. Been resting a lot. I got an earache again. But it's the story of my life. So, I was waiting to see if anybody from, let me check here real quick on my Facebook. Because I have an update on Mark Randall Fullerton, the one I've been working on that's missing from Braggadocio, Missouri. He disappeared June 2nd, 2020, and has not been heard from, seen from since. He just disappeared. I have an update. Let's see here. You would think, as much as I used to do online and things like that, all the things that I've done, it would all be easy for me to remember. Everything yeah, I don't remember it too well. On a lighter note, Young Mercules, he did just drop a remix with the North of Richmond earlier. Sounds good. So, all right. So if I click on my one on YouTube, it goes to Facebook. So if anybody's watching from Facebook, thank you for joining. Glad to see you. We're going to get it started because I've been live now for 21 minutes and just now getting started. We got a few things to cover before we jump into the Biden report. But a search was done weekend before last. I'm not giving the location due to the fact that there is a huge safety risk involved for the families. Well, not really the families, but well, it is. It's the location cannot be disclosed where they went and did the search at, for the simple reason that it's still an active investigation, and for security reasons. Um, I hate to say this, but Mark Randall Fullerton was not located. Um, my thoughts and my prayers go to the family. I've submitted a thing through Trace Labs, which is Trace Labs use OSINT, OSINT, open source intelligent techniques to find missing people. I teamed up with them. I actually had joined up with them through Discord back in 2021 after I found out that Madison was missing. I had heard about Trace Labs, but I never really dove into them because all it is a bunch of hackers talking around that get to know each other, and they use their skills, because you got to think about hackers are pretty skilled people. They use their skills and codes and resources and things like that to locate missing people. Hold on a second, I'll tell y'all exactly what OSINT is. Open source intelligence is the collection and analysis of data gathered from open sources to produce actionable intelligence. That's a mouthful. Try saying that 500 times. Covert sources and publicly available information to produce actionable intelligence. It's primarily used in national security, law enforcement, and business intelligence functions, and is of value to analysts who use non-sensitive intelligence in answering classified, unclassified, or proprietary intelligence requirements across the previous intelligence disciplines. OSINT sources can be divided up into 6 different categories of information flow: media, print, newspapers, magazines, radio, television from across and between countries, internet, online publications, blogs, discussion groups, citizen media, for example, cell phone videos and user-created content, YouTube and other social media websites. For example, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Source also outspaces a variety of other sources due to its timeliness and ease of access: public government data, public government reports, budgets, hearings, telephone directories, press conferences, websites, and speeches. Though the source comes from an official source, they are publicly accessible and may be used openly and freely. Professional, academic publications, information acquired from journals, all this things like that. OSINT is distinguished from research in that it applies the process of intelligence to create tailored knowledge supportive of a specific design by a specific individual or group. Let me think here. I just read that. OSINT is defined in the United States of America by Public Law 109-163 as cited both the U.S. Director of National Intelligence and the U.S. Department of Defense as intelligence produced from publicly available information that is collected, exploited, and disseminated in a timely manner to an appropriate audience for the purpose of addressing a specific intelligence requirement. As defined by NATO, OSINT is intelligence derived from publicly available information. OSINT practices have been documented as early as the mid-19th century in the United States, early 20th century United Kingdom. OSINT in the U.S. traces its origins to the 1941 creation of the Foreign Broadcast Monitoring Service, FBMS, an agency responsible for the monitoring of foreign broadcasts. An example of their work was the correlation of changes in the price of oranges in Paris. It does come with risk, OSINT does. A main hindrance to practical OSINT is the volume of information it has to deal with quote unquote information explosion. The amount of data being distributed increases at a rate that it becomes difficult to evaluate sources' intelligence analysis. To a small degree, the work has sometimes been done by amateur crowdsourcing. Accredited journalists have some protection in asking questions and researching for recognized things. Uh, the OSINT Foundation is a professional association for OSINT practitioners in the United States intelligence community. It is open to U.S. citizens and seeks to raise the prominence of the open source intelligence discipline. I love OSINT. I do. I actually have I think there's 4 spreadsheets that I got to download that has bukus of information on it. Uh, but that's the deal with Mark right there. I have submitted a form to Trace Labs to get them involved in helping assist to find him, and bring him home. It's always, if anyone has any information on Mark Randall Fullerton, please, and I cannot stress this enough. If you have any information on Mark, now this is very important. I want everybody listen to me that's watching. It shows I have 6 people watching. If you know anything that can help bring Mark home, anything that the family does not already know, the family does not already know, because the family knows everything law enforcement knows, because law enforcement is not helping this family. I think that's bullshit. I think it's retarded that they're not. And I feel like not only do the people who were involved in Mark's vanishing will pay, they will pay one way or the other, but the law enforcement also needs to have repercussions, because whenever someone goes missing, there's certain steps you have to take. That's understandable. But one, you have to make sure the crime scene is cleared. And I don't give a damn what anybody says. Where Mark vanished from, there was open signs right there. 1, the bleach. 2, yeah. And there's a case that I'm watching right now. I'm waiting on the verdict of it. It's the case of Breasia Terrell. She went missing July of 2020. Little 10-year-old girl. The last person to see her alive, but she left with was her basically her stepdad. In a way, I guess it could be her mom, and him was not ever married, but it was her brother's biological father, a dude bought bleach. Well, there's been expert witnesses who have stated that bleach is used to kill DNA. So that right there lets me know that Ashley Palmer and whoever else was involved, because surely, I know it wasn't just her, and the way her brother's carrying on Andy Wallace. If he got something to say, he can say it. I got an open platform. If he wants to come up and try to get bowdy, he can come up and try to be bowdy. But I'm going to tell you right now, the people involved in Mark Randall Fullerton vanishing, who vanished from Braggadocio, Missouri on June 2nd, 2020, because that's the last time he had any contact with his family or anyone he knew personally. I won't stop till I take my last breath. I'm going to tell you right now. Even though there was times I was not actively in the chats and actively in the discussions in the past few months because of me being sick, because of my cousin passing away and things like that, it doesn't matter. I'm still invested in this case wholeheartedly. I can't tell you how many dead people I have looked at online, going through the sites, trying to find and see if anybody was unidentified or unclaimed. And I literally have to look at pictures of dead people. So, yeah. Dolly, are you still in here? Is anybody in here? If anybody's in here, can you please drop a 1 in the chat, so that way I know I'm not just talking to myself? I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. While I clear this off. And I'll be honest, I feel like I'm about to be sick again. It's just the change of weather and things like that is really messing with me. I don't do well in warm weather as it is. I don't do well, period, it seems like, anymore. But I'm surviving. I'm still trying to hang in here. A 2. I said a 1. But you're here. What, Johnny? What? I'm live. You're wet. Johnny Cash just come in. Y'all see him? Here he is. I'll let y'all see him. Johnny. Johnny. Johnny Cash. Hey. Hey, look. Say hi. He's over there eating. Are you crying, Dolly? What's wrong? Or is that a laugh? Oh. Oh. But anyway, that's that. I wanted to touch base on Mark, and I wanted to let that know. Somebody's going to pay. Somebody's going to go to jail. Somebody's going to wish to God they'd have said something because, oh, okay. Selena. Hi, Selena. Welcome. You're from Facebook. I can't really see the comments. Well, I can see the comment. I can't believe I can see both the name and the comments on this one. Okay, I got you. But yeah, whoever has information on everything that happened the night of June 2nd, hell, anything that happened from June 2nd to now related to Mark Randall Fullerton, please come forward. I mean, myself personally, I mean, y'all can message me or whatever. Message his family still too. But we're going to bring him home. If I have to walk to Braggadocio one of these days, which I've been known to walk everywhere, I will go start digging myself. Penobscot County, y'all are the sorriest. I thought Mississippi County was bad, but Penobscot, y'all are wrong. I mean, karma is a bitch. Karma is a huge bitch. I believe in it. I believe in karma. I believe in Jesus Christ, and I believe in justice. I mean, we have a nationwide, well, it's not nationwide, but we have a manhunt going on in Pennsylvania right now from somebody who escaped prison, which I'm going to show a video of that here in a moment. Like, really, dude looks like a spider monkey. For real, a whole spider monkey. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do right now. Hold on a second. We're going to switch over here to this, and yeah.
That we carried live right here on CBS Philadelphia. We have live coverage. Let's start with Chief Investigative with what we just learned and just saw. Incredible video, Joe.
Yeah, Jessica and Siafa, I have to tell you, this was news conference featuring state police, the district acting warden from the Chester County Prison, U.S. Marshals, and this video, this major update that we show you it again because it gives you some understanding and how it played out a week ago tomorrow morning. Now, this video released by the Chester County officials in prisons here shows Danilo Cavalcante using his legs and his back to push himself up a prison yard wall. One official said it was like a crab walk up a wall. It's the same. An inmate escaped briefly back in the spring. Once on the roof, officials say Cavalcante came upon additional layers of wire. He was successful in getting through or around that barbed wiring. An Acton warden of the prison who says he's been on the job mere hours. The additional razor wire had been installed after that first escape in the spring. He conceded it clearly wasn't effective in preventing Cavalcante's. Officials confirmed a corrections officer failed to notice the inmate escape. Employee is now on administrative leave. The inmate, by the way, who escaped in the spring was apprehended within 5 minutes because of that is a critical link in the chain. The prison escape and all the elements that led to it are now under investigation in the Attorney General's office.
We've had a number of these types of searches in the past. Some take hours, some take days, some take weeks, and some take months. We did to the search, and we will find him. We will bring him back to the criminal justice system.
The other major part of this story, the ongoing, continuing, and disruptive search that is affecting tens of thousands of people in southern Chester County. We know that the perimeter has now, last night, state police confirming many hours after the fact that a neighbor did report with a positive confirmation of Danilo Cavalcante along Chandler Road. As a result, they've migrated the perimeter search area eastern and a bit to the northeast, almost to the area Pine Creek, where that butts up to Delaware County. So we've seen states once again all over the place. Their operations focus on trying to constrain, to pin in Danilo Cavalcante in this perimeter. The state police say with confidence they believe that they are wearing him down. Also, doubling of the reward information leading to his capture, it is now standing at $20,000. We are breaking down so much of that news conference, so much of the logistical end of the investigation and the manhunt that is ongoing. I'll be back in an hour with all of those important details. For now, we're live outside the Chester County Government Building. This is Joe Holt, CBS News, Philadelphia.
So very much, Joe. Here is the new search map that Joe referenced. It is the area between Route 926 to the North Creek Road to the east, Hillendale Road to the south, and Route 50 west.
Thank you, Dolly. I'm sitting here talking to y'all and I'm muted, and it was right there. Yeah. Anyway, so I was saying I've got a friend. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I need captions running across it, I guess, or whatever. So let me just give a quick recap. We're fixing to watch a video on Hunter Biden real quick because they are going to, I guess, pursue charges against him, which they should. They need to pursue charges against Hunter Biden. They need to pursue charges against Bill Clinton. They need to pursue charges against Obama and his gay self. They need to pursue charges at Hillary. But then there's talk Hillary might have been unalived or whatever. Not too sure about that. I haven't seen no actual proof, and I've been looking, trust me. If I ever get a death certificate on it, y'all will be the first to know. Either on alive or I'll make some kind of notion of it or whatever, but that would be awesome. Anyway, so did you hear all the stuff about Mark? Said Mark was not located. I think y'all heard all that. But yeah, now we're gonna go into and I was talking about Sassy. There's a person named Sassy Heifer or Sassy Nurse on TikTok, and he's wonderful. But we're gonna jump over to this next video. I appreciate you all being here. This might be a little bit longer. We'll probably have to break down the Hunter Biden one. I don't know though. I'm gonna get through as much of it as I can because my internet, y'all know I have internet issues bad. So yeah, that being said, please hold.
Counsel overseeing the investigation into Hunter Biden. The special counsel overseeing the investigation into Hunter Biden intends to formally charge the president's son by the end of the month. That is according to newly filed court documents. The revelations come less than 2 months after a plea deal fell apart. CBS News senior investigative correspondent Catherine Herridge has more.
The prosecutor's status report is the strongest indication that charges are looming in the Hunter Biden case. The president's son had previously reached a deal for alleged gun possession by a drug user that avoided prosecution if he abided by the terms, but in July, a plea agreement misdemeanor tax charges lapsed, leaving the future of the gun deal in question, and Hunter Biden facing legal jeopardy. Today, special counsel David Weiss revealed his plans, telling the government intends to seek the return of an indictment in this case before September 29th.
Message from this filing.
The message from this filing is that they are going full bore at him, normally wouldn't bring, so they are really playing hard.
This felony gun offense, but then separate charges.
Okay, so I stopped that there. Hold on a second. Because, okay, Dolly, I know you remember it because you know we was touching on it on one of our streams. Remember the blow they found in the White House? Drum roll. So Another thing, part of this Marco Polo thing is it's in there. So please hold. I do apologize if it does buffer a little bit. I was in the background trying to do some other things, so please hold.
Yeah. Tom. Hallie.
Yes.
How?
Yes.
I don't understand me. Please just listen to me for a second, okay?
No. Please.
Not just listening to me or anything. Honey, listen to me. I could not with any.
Okay, I get
Listen,
it. Then I gotta go.
But
That's
listen
fine.
to me. Please tell me how you're gonna do it.
I don't know.
Because I want to help you from fucking up, Hal. You're gonna lose your children. Does that not fucking ring true with you?
I'm not. Trust me.
So what do you mean?
I'm
Babe, you might
that.
get in with this. Please give me an idea of what it was that you would do. I promise.
Just help me get it.
Okay,
Please.
I'll help you. I'll help you through your way.
No,
if you
help you get it from me. No, I'm not gonna have you help me through.
Why?
I'm not doing that.
You're not doing it. You
I'm
won't
not
tell
gonna
me how
have you
you're
help
gonna
me
get it.
through. I don't know, but I will figure it out.
Honey,
And I'll tell you afterwards if you'd like.
immediately. You're just going to tell me. So tell me, and I'll help you.
I don't want you to help.
I do not want. Do you not know that I'm always on your side?
Okay.
Always.
Then just get it.
Always.
Please.
What?
Please.
Honey,
Please just get
I
it from me.
can't. That I cannot do. I can't be your friend and do that. I can't love you and do
Then
that.
tell me how to get it from your.
Can't. Okay, how? I don't know any safe way for you to do that. So you got to tell me your safe way.
I don't know.
Holly, please. You do know.
I don't know. Hunter, I can't. I'm not gonna do this on.
So your way, if I told you, if I got it for you, but now you're saying you don't have a way.
I told
And
you.
you're telling me that you don't trust me?
I
I mean, how do I?
you.
Would you gonna make up something?
I told you I would.
What?
I told you I would call.
No way in hell. You think that Lisa doesn't know that you've been all the struggle you're doing is going to get you cocaine? Hallie.
No.
What do you mean you? Tell me you would. I mean.
No, no. I don't know what.
Why? Tell me.
I.
Tell me what. Here's what I'm asking you.
And
The reason why I'm asking you to go through this is this to run the tape. Do you think that she wouldn't call your mom?
I don't want to run the tape right now.
No, I'm saying you don't.
Right
But okay, think she would call your sister? Who would call your mom? Who would call my dad?
I don't know.
Well, absolutely, percent they would.
I don't know. Okay, thank you.
Honey, what do you mean you can't talk to me? How is it that you're going to do it? You don't think that...
So there's one part right there. There's so many more. So many more. Hold on. This right here is the front page of the Biden report, you could say. Marco Polo has the report, has the Biden family business, the suspicious activity reports, all this stuff. I read through the iPhone backup messages the other day. A lot of people, a lot of shit involved, a lot of shit. A lot. But there was that one. Let me see here. I want to read this one or go through this one right here because I did not read it. But it says the most genius shit ever. How hard can it be?
I don't know what Danielle all of a sudden wants. I swear to fucking God. But fucking, I know what she wants.
What does she want?
She wants money.
Yeah. Why did you guys have like a falling out?
I don't know. She became friends with fucking Hallie.
Hallie.
And then she ended up, like, literally, I have no idea. I have done more for Daniela than, I mean, I can't.
Than anyone could ever have done for her.
But it doesn't matter. I don't care.
Of course
I don't even give a shit about that. But literally,
But you give a shit about what she perceives of it. And it's hurtful. Okay, so, like I said before, I'm recording you.
Oh, you are?
I am. No, it's fine, it's fine.
I want to see if I think so.
It's okay, I'll be the only one that has it. If you could say something to everyone.
I mean, Lily, for real, I simply would appreciate for people not to dismiss the magnitude when I say I need some space. Because it's very fucking rare that I ask for any fucking space.
Or anything.
I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable. People getting mad at me for not returning their calls or their texts. I have Robin, a homeless person who calls me 3 times a day with a life-threatening situation if she's not receiving money. I have Daniela, who, when she calls, it's always for something, but in a very roundabout way that includes many things like, please, I need a place to stay, and a job, and an apartment, and a plane ticket, and rent, and travel money for my boyfriend who's a felon who needs to get into rehab, and an abortion, and I mean, it's always life-threatening shit. I get a call from Liz, who literally won't return my calls unless she needs something, and she's the only person that I get to talk to. She's the only connection to the rest of my world. I get calls from Natalie, who wants me to buy her mother a $7,500 Mother's Day gift. And how do I say no? And Hallie is the one who told Natalie that that's what she wants for Mother's Day. I get calls from my father to tell me that the New York Times is calling, but my old partner Eric, who literally has done me harm for I don't know how long, is the one taking the calls because my father will not stop sending calls to Eric. I have another New York Times reporter calling about my representation of the, literally, Dr. Patrick Ho, the fucking spy chief of China, who started the company that my partner, who was worth $323 billion, founded, is now missing. The richest man in the world is missing. Who was my partner? He was missing since I last saw him in his $58 million apartment and signed a $4 billion deal to build the fucking largest fucking LNG port in the world. And I am receiving calls from the Southern District of New York, from the U.S. Attorney himself. My best friend in business, Devin, has named me as a witness without telling me in a criminal case, and my father without telling me. And on top of that, right here, I picked up one of my friends, really wonderful people. Senna, who literally will not leave here, who's trying to give me a dog, whether you believe it or not. I love her, but you know what? Shauna, who literally is having me so upset, I'm giving her $500, $800 because her house was robbed. I've known her for 2 days. She's a 56-year-old woman that wants to be my mother, and I don't know what to do but say yes. It's here, I have to repair that relationship. My wife has fucking stage 4 cancer, and she's the only one that was nice to me today, but if I had to answer her phone call, and she says, please answer my phone calls, you just have to answer phone calls. Well, how does it feel to answer a phone call? When every single phone call, I have not gotten one phone call today that said, hey, what can I do, honey, except from Uncle Jimmy? You're not a part of this fucking tape recording, because I'm going to kill you. I don't want you to know that. Not one person. And by the way, that's not true. Uncle Jimmy actually, he called and asked me what he did, but he also told me what I did for him. And so did you, to be completely honest.
I did ask you about the Airbnb.
It's not about the money. I don't give a shit about the money.
No, it's about something.
Lily, this is, I mean, every single fucking person. And by the way, I'm not talking about it that I'm so tread upon and I'm so this and that and the other thing. Johnny called me and told me, you know, he wanted to, Johnny Booth, my fucking freshman year roommate who hasn't called me in months. I mean, fucking, I haven't talked to Johnny in 6 months, but I love him.
What did he ask? What did he ask for?
Well, it's interesting that 6 hours later, Dad had asked me what he should do about Johnny in the job request that Johnny was making.
Who said that?
My dad.
Oh.
I said, Johnny, I'll do anything for you. But you think, why would you fucking not call me about that?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't need anything. Johnny made me feel like, and I'm not kidding, like I was holding something over him. I've never even once, every single job Johnny has, every single one has been because of me. Every one. And he's done an incredible job, and I've never, ever.
Because you believed in him.
And he's great, and I love him. But how do you call me right now and make me feel like, oh, don't do anything, I don't care. You don't care? Okay, fine. Good. Michael Carlucci, whose father Alex's fucking son, who is the fucking head of protocol for Donald Trump, whose father is one of the most wonderful people, and mother is. Michael Carlucci, who's fucking the head of protocol for Donald Trump, fucking calling me to make certain that my dad can be at an award ceremony for his mom and dad on October 26th.
Jeez.
And he needs an answer now. Today!
Can I ask you one thing? Do you feel like these responsibilities that you feel were responsibilities that your brother took on as well? And now you have to take on both of them?
I didn't take on these fucking responsibilities. He didn't do any of this shit.
Yeah.
So what a fucking great he did it.
He said
He was smarter than me. No, he did the right ones.
Yeah.
He worried about mom, he worried about me, he worried about mom, dad, Ashley.
Yeah.
Kids, my kids,
Yeah.
and maybe a couple friends. That's it. And not even the friends.
The shit that mattered.
No, but that was enough for him, man. Because he had to take on the fucking weight of the world with those people.
And then he had all of the work he did that was so important. But do you feel like you have to take on...
No, what I feel like is that every single one of those persons has a fucking beef against me too. Because I let every single one of those people
don't, because they're blessed that they even have...
Every single one of those people, though, right now is sitting there thinking that I did them wrong.
But if you leave them...
No, but think about it.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so go through that. Except for Uncle Jimmy, you, except for that, okay? Every single person, including, by the way, going to dinner with Finnegan and her 4 friends.
Yeah.
Okay?
I thought about that.
2 hours, and Finnegan, and give Finnegan $1,250 today.
Yeah.
And what I get is an extra dinner dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she did not tell me that she was coming to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
You know, Naomi's coming next week to go to Malibu Ranch, which I really, the reason she thought about it was because I wanted to go.
Yeah.
There's only one space.
Is that too?
No, she's going. Which is fine, I love that.
Yeah.
You know, in the midst of this, I'm talking about a fucking criminal case in which Devin literally has named me as a witness. Stop telling me. While he's working for and getting money from Jeff Cooper for an idea that was mine and all the connections in which they're doing for me.
Fuck that.
And I'm paying $250,000. I'm paying half my fucking salary.
What happens if you just take that money away? Can you?
Yeah, I could.
So, what happens if you do that?
I don't fucking know. What happens is, you know, I don't know. I just don't make promises that I.
That you don't keep, except to yourself.
Oh, fuck you. Alright, oh, I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I'm on Molly. I'm like having a...
That's good.
Yeah.
You should have talked to things that your fucking...
A moment.
Boyfriend. I'm telling you the truth. Is that this is the thing? Is that just go to that was today.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's today, and people wonder why I am fucking a little bit fucking jacked up.
And avoiding their phone calls? Duh.
And on top of that, Hallie literally is running a campaign against me.
And the thing that sucks about that is that you two had a time when you loved her so much and you thought that she was...
But I don't understand it. I don't. Why does it, you know, by the way, and so what? What's my, you know, anyway, I don't know.
What does it mean? It means that people will...
I let you down.
Yeah, but I'm like smart enough to know, like, you know.
I know, but still.
You let me down and I was gonna hold you accountable for letting me down, but like...
Should I hold you accountable for letting me down? I don't hold you accountable.
No, you should hold me accountable. I'm never going to text about you ever again. And I shouldn't. And I know that one of my flaws, one of my devilish sides, is that I like to talk about things like you because I like to show off. Duh. You think that the night that we had sex, I wasn't texting like 3 people, being like, I'm lying in bed with this incredible man. Like, I know this word sounds really silly to you because I used it, but you are iconic, and so am I. Okay? Remember that. Okay?
I don't know what that means. I mean, being serious, I don't know what that means.
Okay, so if you have to think, who's an iconic person to you?
David Bowie.
Johnny Cash?
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Your
Someone
dad?
I don't know.
Your dad is an iconic person.
Sure.
Your brother's an iconic person. Who else? Someone from a different field, let's think.
I don't fit those categories, that's for sure.
What's the category?
You're not asking, I don't know what the category is.
The category isn't anything but being iconic. Duh. Who else?
I don't know whether you're being ironic.
I'm not being ironic.
Yeah.
Iconic person I know, except for you. And now we're iconic together.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're done. What are you talking about?
I don't know, I'm being silly.
Twice.
Can I tell you a fantasy of mine?
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to the Met Gala with you.
What was that? They just had the Met Gala, didn't they?
Oh, well, I'll show you the Met Gala was on Monday.
No, I'm saying they just had the Met Gala. What
Yeah,
was
it was
that?
on Monday.
What was it?
The Met Gala has been around forever.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, in the museum, in the Met, there is the Costume Institute, which is the mini museum of fashion. And every summer, they have a show. My grandma used to take me every year. The first one she took me to was Poiret, which is like a French designer. And then they had the Alexander McQueen retrospective. They had one that was on, it was so cool. It was the Prada.
What was the last one, though?
The most recent one was
Monday.
The one on Monday. So but the show, it was basically it's a gala where the tickets are like crazy expensive because it raises money for the.
We could be. Sorry. Let me take a place here. Sorry. No, I think. Is there
I'm gonna
some?
call for some.
Is there anything in there? I can go get some of the pool.
The 2 trays are empty.
Okay, I some of the pool.
Can I come with?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, but so basically, the gala started as
I know what it started as. What was the last gala?
the theme.
Yeah.
It was.
Why does it? I've never seen the gala televised before, and this was.
Oh well, so basically every summer from June to August is a show, and it's a theme. It's a a show, and so the gala is the opening night of the show, and the theme is whatever the show is.
What was the show?
The show is called Heavenly Bodies.
Now?
Yes,
Okay.
it just opened. Heavenly Bodies, Fashion, and the Catholic Imagination.
So what was the? Why was that? So.
It wasn't. It was just the theme this year. Last year was
So
Ray.
what was on it? Why was it? The reason I ask is
Yeah.
both Natalie and Natalie asked about it. She was watching it with
Yeah,
Natalie.
I mean, I thought it was interesting because it's about religion, but it's also like, fuck you, anyone who's gonna say that this is cultural appropriation, like Christianity fucking ruled the world. That's not cultural appropriation. Like, I mean, they have.
I don't know what you're saying right now. We're kind of going off on a tangent that doesn't have any. Because I don't know.
So, for
what the show's
example,
about.
2 years ago, the show theme was, what was it called?
I understand what the show theme was. I really do.
No, but for example, the show was, I guess it was Chinese inspiration. It was all about China. And so they had the whole show, it was so beautiful. I saw the whole thing. But it was a mix between traditional Chinese fashion and like an Yves Saint Laurent or like a Tom Ford dress that like references it. And
I get it.
I think that
What did they do for this?
for this one, it was, it's the same thing. It's like a mix between like traditional religious clothing.
Like what? Like the popes? Like papal stuff?
Yeah, like papal stuff, and then something like a Marcella dress that was inspired by it.
You know who designed the Swiss Guard? You know,
What is this one called? Oh, the people that guard the Vatican?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They guard the Pope.
Oh, they guard the Pope. What, the fashions?
What? But not just the what? No. Who was the designer?
I don't know. But so it's so funny because it's like 2 years ago It was all about Chinese culture. He designed the
Swiss Guard.
and they still. That is crazy.
How fucking cool is that?
That's so cool. That's iconic.
That's what I would call iconic.
Yes.
I haven't reached the level of being having
No.
a suit designed by Michelangelo.
When did Michelangelo die?
1400, 1600?
So how many years ago was that? Like 600? Like more?
No, 500.
That is crazy. Wait, let me see a picture.
They're actually really amazing.
The outfits?
Read the what is required for the qualifications, which don't make any sense to this day, but they have become like a.
Should I read it out loud?
No, I know it.
Oh, well, I'm gonna read it out loud.
Okay.
Before applying for the Pontifical Swiss Guard, each recruit must be single male of Swiss citizenship. Why Swiss?
Yes, historically. Anyway,
Standing at least 5 foot and 8 inches tall, between ages 19 and 30, and holding a high school degree or a professional diploma. Each recruit must be a faithful Roman Catholic as endorsed by his hometown parish priest. Each recruit must have completed basic military training in Switzerland and in order to continue to the first 5 weeks of training with the Guards in Rome. After this training period, they are known as the halberdiers. Owing to their halberds, the primary weapons of the Swiss mercenaries used in the 14th and 15th century. What's a halberd? Is it a weapon? It's like
no, they're mercenaries. There was like probably.
After being sworn in, the halberdiers and their parents get a private audience with the Pope where they receive a personal blessing. A Swiss Guard's shortest contract is 25 months. Once a halberdier starts his contract, he will attend Italian lessons if he does not already speak the language. By the end of the first year of service, the halberdier is usually ready for guard duty at the main gates of Vatican City, dealing with everyday tourists and often VIP guests too. The everyday uniform of the Swiss Guard is the blue duty uniform. The colorful uniforms in the Medici colors of red, yellow, and blue, known as the gala uniforms, were put to use only after 1910. Each gala uniform is sewn by the tailors inside the Vatican barracks, tailor-made to fit each Swiss Guard. This process takes at least 30 hours per uniform. It's so cool.
What?
It's so cool.
Yeah. Nobody gets that. You know? It's just how did you get to that? How did you get to the Swiss Guard?
The Met Gala.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, that's right.
Imagine going to an insane gala. Everyone is in giant gowns in the fucking
I think I've been to
Met.
that Met Gala.
You've been?
Yeah.
Oh my god. When?
Really?
Really?
I think I went with those, I think I went with, 8 no, that wasn't Met Gala.
When?
Oh, no,
In the 90s
no,
or in the 2000s?
Like 2008 or something like that. Like when, like,
What show was it? Was it the McQueen show?
I have no idea. I didn't know.
How much was the ticket?
Oh, I didn't have a ticket.
But how much do you think it was?
I have no idea.
I think it's like 20 grand.
I sat, okay, in the mat, at a table.
Where the pyramid thing is?
Yeah, around that, all around that. But it's in the rooms too.
Uh-huh. This
And then
year?
they had, you know what? I went with Lily and Bo, and
Who's
it was
Lily?
even before I got married.
Is
Bo.
Lily Liz's daughter?
No, yes, she is, but Bo's girlfriend for a long time. You know, it's 1:40.
Mm-hmm.
What was
Should
yours?
we run to the bar?
Yeah.
Let's do it. I feel like hopping on it normally.
This troops, he gets off first, and he walks up, and they're pillboxes. And they're fucking literally cutting people down.
What is a pillbox?
Pillboxes are the fucking things that were built into the beach, and they had those M50 fucking giant fucking bullets, and they were just wiping Americans out, just wiping them out. But they kept coming, but they'd only come if they had like somebody like
An executive,
charged.
yeah.
No, like not even executive, like come on.
Yeah.
I said, yo man, 5 orders. He fucking stands on the beach the whole day, gets shot, stands on the beach, and he fucking directs people with his fucking cane. I mean, probably saved 10,000 lives. took the boxes and were able to do it. He walked up first and stood there and said, "Come on."
Yeah. It takes people like that to make...
Pretty amazing man.
What? Pretty amazing man? Fuck yeah.
But
you know what
pretty
to...
amazing in that Teddy Roosevelt was selfish and fucking egotistical, and he had a horrible... But Audubon comes to him when he's president. In 4 years, Teddy Roosevelt, the largest fucking monopoly ever to exist, he literally broke apart literally a monopoly that was controlled not by just fucking Rockefeller. Every single oil facility, gas from beginning to end, from discovery to distribution. And he broke them up. And he won. He fucking took on the Supreme Court. He created the national parks. He went in the national parks. Audubon comes to him and he says, "We have to do something about this." He says, "You can't make me do it." He said, "Well, Mr. President, I know a lot of people said to do something." He said, "No." And he went down and he figured out a way, by executive order, to turn that piece of property into a national park, which was then challenged, and he fucking went against the challenge. Yeah. He won, just by force of fucking nature.
Because he had enough to get people behind him, even if they were too scared.
You know what? Not even. It was an amazing thing. Is that not many people really fucking like Teddy Roosevelt. I mean, in the moment. Because he took so much of them on.
Yeah.
He took so many of the people still exist.
Because he was challenging comfort, and he was challenging what, you know.
Yeah, and against people that he knew were still going to exist, still going to write the books, still going to say what an asshole he was, what a fucking puff he was when he was at Harvard and he did this, that, and the other thing. Teddy Roosevelt fucking wrote 30 books in his spare time.
His fucking spare time.
Swear to God. Which there was none.
Yeah.
He went to South Dakota because he was so depressed when his wife died. And he fucking literally tried to basically, crazy as shit.
When did he go to South Dakota? So
late 20s.
Late 20s. How old is he?
He was in the late 20s when he went.
Oh, he was in his late 20s.
Yeah.
So his wife, is it his first?
No, wait, I guess he went to South Dakota when he was like 25, when he was already fucking president of the fucking assembly in New York. He was the youngest person ever to become head of the New York State Legislature. He then became Secretary of the Navy. He became the youngest governor. He became the youngest sheriff in New York. He was the guy that literally cleaned up New York when he was like 29 years old. Because he was the only one who said...
What did his dad do?
His dad was a business person, but his dad was also kind of the moral in the good way.
Yeah.
He was like...
And his mom.
And his mom. But his dad was like, he was the most respected man in New York. He was then vilified during the war, during the Civil War. It killed his family. I mean, it hurt him so much. And that's where he got a lot of his hatred. Not his hatred, his willingness to like take on the status quo, or what became the status quo.
Fuel to his fire.
Because he became really, really, like, those people aren't what they seem. They aren't the people that come to my house and, and talk about their summer homes and, and we're all friends. Amazing, amazing, amazing person. I don't know I got on that, but he created the national parks. Literally, almost the entirety of the national park system.
Which, at the end of the day, is the most important thing, because the Earth is going to die.
Yeah, it is. But you know what probably was the more important thing? It was what he did with Rockefeller and the monopoly. America would not have survived it. It literally would not have survived. It still is. America, you can see Donald Trump. Yeah. Donald Trump is the legacy of what we could have ended up with, where we almost are kind of returning to, which is that fame, wealth, notoriety, accomplishment in many senses.
Surface level.
It's like when Kanye West says that.
Kanye,
I was calling Kanye.
That's so funny.
When Kanye West says that he was, he's going to be. Donald Trump isn't a patch on the ass of fucking.
He's a symbol of consciousness.
I just don't understand it. And it's not only that, but he's a bad person. I don't understand how Kanye doesn't understand that.
The only reason Kanye does what he does is because, one...
Well, by the way, I hate that.
What he's doing?
I hate people who only... Their purpose is to create, press.
Chaos, to create something that wasn't there before, whatever it is, and
disturb
the people.
It's all there. You know what he is? He's not doing that. I promise you. He's not doing it as a fucking artistic move. You know what he's doing? He realizes that there has to be an incredibly large crossover culture for him to be able to actually do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And you know what it is? He's not going to lose his he's not going to lose his fan base. He's not going to lose the kids that watch the fucking Kardashians. He has that
and
fucking
if he makes
soda.
enough beats,
but you know what he does? He fucking endears himself to
Jesus. He called himself Jesus.
And he endears himself, though, to the white fucking pseudo fucking racists that are in South Carolina. Like, I love when Donald Trump tells the truth. Until, their daughters aren't really that too bad, not too appalled when they come home with Jesus fucking. Chief.
But you know that most of the reason why he's doing that is because of who he is and wants to be, and who he wants to be.
I know he wants to be notorious.
And he wants to do shit that's going to disrupt.
Yeah, I understand the need to disrupt, but you disrupt.
No, but
no,
like
but
what J. Cole said, have you ever thought about your impact?
Disrupt. If you want to disrupt, you disrupt for the purpose of changing something.
For the better.
Not just to make a splash, not to disrupt.
Yeah.
It's not even, you know what, I guess disrupt's not the word, but it is. You know what he wants to do? He wants to shock. Because he realizes from his experience with the fucking Kardashians and everything that he's done in his career, that there really is no such thing as bad press. And
at his level.
At his level. And so, by the way, he's gonna find out. By the way, he's gonna find out that there is. I promise you.
Yeah. That song that he just put out, that the lyrics are literally poop-de scoop, is like.
By the way, that is so, to me,
fucking rude.
Yeah. It's rude. It's rude to everybody that actually thinks that you're an artist.
Yeah. Because you want to know why? It's playing in the fucking clubs.
By the way, it's basically saying you're so stupid to listen to this.
Yeah.
You're so stupid to buy anything I fucking sell.
Yeah.
I could put literally, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sell pooper scoopers, and it's gonna be funny. And you know what? I'm gonna put them on my shoes, and you're gonna wear them, and it's so stupid. And it dumbs down. If you want to be a real fucking, if you want to be disruption in the fucking
the change you can fucking see. Go work at a fucking program. Go raise money for a school.
You know what you should be doing?
The kids that get affected by it.
If you really want to disrupt, why would you right now be sitting there, Cardi B, and say, "Hey, Cardi, you know what you can do right now? You can change the way in which everyone, looks at people in your profession, which is honorable. If you're honorable, if you honor the people that do it, Cardi, if you honor yourself for having been that, and the women that you work with, and the strength that they have, and the conviction that they have to do with their families, if you can honor that, and you can say, well, all you fucking men, y'all come here, and then you go home and you fucking deny it. And not only that, all you women want to be that, and you fucking are jealous of it. Yeah. If you can disrupt that, then you know what? You change the way in which society looks at women who aren't forced to.
Which will eventually affect policy and affect real life changes.
So you have people with, I mean, number one change could that be is a understanding that human sexuality is not something that to be ashamed of. If you want to see a naked woman, we've wanted to see a naked woman since from the time of Eve.
It's fucking beautiful.
But you push it down and down and down, and then what you end up with dancers that are rigged. You end up with dancers that only become dancers because they've been abused by men. They need that's such bullshit, man.
It's like that thing in Camille Paglia where she said that because man was birthed from woman, he has that sense of ode to her, and that he repels that sense of ode, so that he has to. It's that whole thing of putting someone down to make yourself feel better.
It is exactly what I said. It's the largest, and this is what she is worried about. It's the same thing that the church book. I don't know why so and so is so angry with me. I never did them a favor. He wants to kill his father. He wants to kill his mother. Edible complex. All it literally comes from that. Yeah. It's exactly that.
So what do you think it is about good people that are able to, someone like you, someone that...
You know why? What's good? Is this. Is that you have a mother that understands, or you have someone that gave you the gift. This is why I think I failed in many ways. Is there someone, you have a mother that somehow intuitively understands that she has to make you realize that you're more, that you don't owe her. Yeah. That the greatest gift that she was given is you. When mother, however, turns on you and says, why didn't you go to this college instead of that college? Yeah. Why didn't you do that? You know what? It doesn't matter if you're one or man. You begin to resent the creator. And when you resent the creator, you then fucking rail against everything.
Because you know that at that moment they're thinking of themselves, not you. They're thinking of, their...
No, it's not even because of that, but it does not allow you to ever get over the fact that you
you're
owe.
owed. Yeah.
Anybody that owes, that's why I've never given somebody money ever in my life as a loan. Ever.
You've never given something to anyone who's ever then.
It's an expectation of something.
No, I was gonna say this. Have you ever given something to someone who then didn't try to get more from you after?
Yeah. Yes.
Who?
You. I've never felt that from you. Even in the slightest, my brother. Our brother, it wasn't even a question of giving how much you need. You know, I mean, a lot of people. My grandfather, this is what makes me ashamed. My grandfather would never have told anyone. Not that I tell anyone, but I do tell you. I feel my anger. I start to say, but I did this and I did that. My grandfather never told anybody. I didn't find out what my grandfather did for people until well after I died. Nobody in my family knows what Uncle Jimmy has done for so many people. My grandfather, I swear to God, if there weren't many people there. I swear to God, if there were 10 people there, I mean, if there were one person, there was 25. I said, did you know your grandfather paid for my daughter's college? And I didn't know until 2 days ago. Did your grandfather know? Did you know your grandfather, when we lost our business, he paid our mortgage? And I didn't know until, literally do it, no. And the one thing that I did is this, my grandfather did, is that part of me giving is also a me.
It's a selfish thing.
No, it is so selfish. But the part that really is the part that really bothers me is this. My grandfather did almost completely anonymously. But my grandfather didn't have this fucking problem that I have.
Did he have any substance abuse?
But no, yeah, he's not but he didn't drink my life. But you know, my grandfather did this thing I'm desperate for. I'm desperate for a mom. I know from my stories that my mom was the mom that said I was her gift.
Yeah.
But I don't have anybody to
tell that
to say
to
okay.
reassure you.
And so I want to give back.
But you can't give it to her.
And so I give it to Shona, and I give it to, you know what, it's not bad people.
No.
And it's not like you shouldn't expect
And at the
these
same
kids to
time,
be
it's like, you need to know that, like, these people will never meet another. No, but listen to what I'm saying. They'll never meet another you again. So even if, for some reason, if you fucking drop dead tomorrow, if something happens, you get locked up, whatever. If it ends, if it gets cut off, all they will remember is the blessing, and then they'll have the strength to figure it out on their own. And then it's all back to, let's appreciate my blessings, let's appreciate what I do have right now, and all they're gonna remember is that.
Sweetheart, if I was to die tomorrow, my eulogy, my fucking, it would not be very pretty.
Oh, I would make sure I was ready.
I don't think that half the people that I've done anything for would show up. I don't think that 90% would.
Would you want them to show up?
Yeah, there's part of me that would.
Yeah. It's okay, it'll be televised. You can see it on the news.
I'm going to televised. President of the United States would come talk to my friends, you know.
We wouldn't want that shit.
I'm being serious though.
No, Donald Trump's.
Not that I can come speak. Michelle wouldn't. I mean, my point is this: I don't know anybody who would want to come fucking eulogize me, other than my dad. Obviously, not.
Your uncle.
Of course, I'm doing it.
So many people. So many people.
I'm not being melodramatic.
No, you're not.
I'm not being morose. I'm just
You're
saying
not.
the truth of the matter. Just realize this is that I've fucking done.
When was the
Obviously.
last time you woke up and said, I am thinking about myself today. What do I want for today? What am I
I
going
don't
to do
think,
today?
but I don't think that's the ultimate.
It's not,
But I
but
don't
it's the
even think-
only
I
way.
don't
It's
even-
self-care. It's the only way to
There's a
survive.
difference between self-care and saying I'm going to think about myself. You know, the only self-care I know is going to do something for somebody else. It's the only thing that makes me feel good.
Yeah, but that's not long lasting.
I know, honey, but you can do it your whole life.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can.
You can, but the life isn't the long life, and the life that is your best, or your potential.
I know, I'm such a fucking drunk.
No,
Who gives a shit?
I'm drunk.
I know, but Jesus Christ. I mean, part of it is this, is that, you know, I do the other side of it. You don't know.
What other side?
The announcement, you know, you don't know.
Of course you do. Of course you do. But that is
but I know, but still.
morals passed on from your family and from the way you were raised.
I do understand.
But you need to think about it in terms of,
You know
these
what the
things
thing about
like,
10 years ago? I admire him so much because he has something like never did.
which is what?
Everything that he did, and he did great things, very much like my father. Did great things. But they were also in pursuit of the iconic Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt was a master at self-promotion.
But you know what I say to that?
That's you.
Fuck yeah.
I know you are, baby.
Because
Why do
you
you think I like you?
You know what else that?
Because you have what I don't, and I don't. And
No,
I,
but you know what else about that? Because everything about that would ring in your head, would ring the bells that says, well, that's the other side of things. That's kind of the selfish side. That's no. But everyone needs to feel that. Every single person needs to feel that confidence and needs to be their number one fan.
but do you understand that I am my number one fan?
You don't act that way.
No, honey, but I am.
I know you are.
But I am. But I'm what I'm saying
That's
is.
why I fucking love you.
But by the way, I am more confident than everybody I know.
But sometimes you're not.
I know, and the times
Like
that I'm
trying to
not.
ask Shauna to leave.
But the time that I'm not.
Yeah. It's an emotional
Because
thing.
I have been fucking
It's heartbreaking.
heartbroken. Because if you put yourself out to this degree and you get broken so many times, why do I do drugs? It's fucking obvious. I can't fucking handle it.
Okay, so going back to Teddy Roosevelt, what do you think about his perception of self-preservation?
Oh, look, I think
Was that something he was thinking about constantly, like throughout all of it? Or was he, fuck it, if I die doing this, I die doing... I mean, he did think that, but at the same time, there was still something in the back of his mind that said,
I
need
know what he thought.
I need to live
You know what
longer.
Taylor
I need to do
By the way,
more.
you know why Taylor walked up to that stage and gave a speech?
What?
Because he thought he was going to die. And you know what? He literally knew this. What a fucking better story than that.
Fuck yeah. Jerry, finish mine. You wanna go?
Okay, so there we have it with that part. Sorry, I was messaging my daughter. She's due October 10th. There's a C-section scheduled to be done. So on the 10th, October 10th. So she's ready to have this other baby. We've got another one, and I can't wait till they get here. So not here, but till she has them. But we have a whole lot of content on this laptop, as you can see. And I do want to let everybody know that this type of content here that I'm sharing, this is dangerous content for some. I mean, I'm not even going to lie, it's dangerous content. People people vanish for this type of stuff. Do I want to vanish? No, hell no. But it's stuff that needs to be gotten out there, plain and simple. That's what's wrong with our country. I feel like people who needs to be said, they cover it up. They become complacent with it. I'm tired of dealing with complacency and dealing with pedos and, in my opinion, people who hurt kids. And I don't care what your background is, whatever. Well, and I justified for a long time the shit that happened to me with my cousin. And it ruined me. It literally ruined me. I'm not even gonna lie. It did. It literally ruined me. And I refuse. I refuse to keep quiet about the abuse that happens between parents and their kids, or the cousins or the uncles or the aunts or whatever that happens with their kids or their family members. It's not healthy. It's not right. Children are not born to be touched by the people that gave birth to them. Children are not born to be put in a car so hot and left for 5 hours that they end up with blisters on them and it kills them. And there's nothing the kid can do because they have cerebral palsy. And I'm talking about the Rita Pangalang or whatever case where she left her kid in the car for 5 hours. It's no longer. To get out, go have sex with her boyfriend, do meth with her boyfriend. The judge sentenced both of them, her and her boyfriend, Larry King Jr., sentenced them to one guy. She got 37 years. And he got 35 or 32, something like that. But still, and I loved what Judge Newman said in that case, because he said that, what did he say exactly? Oh, he said that, it's different whenever, it's really not different, but whenever you have somebody like Taylor Schabusiness, for instance, who decapitated her boyfriend, skinned him to the bone, literally, did muscle reconstruction on his bone. She was geeked out of her mind. She did this. She's young. She really hasn't had much of a life. She's like 20 something, but she hasn't really had much of a life, even though she has had, compared to this lady who burned her kid up in a car, basically. Rita, 50, I think it was 50 years old or something, 40, 50 something. Yeah, 50 something. I'm 44 years old. I'm a recovering addict. Never would I ever do some of the shit. I mean, don't think I haven't thought it with these guys I've dated and stuff in my life. I mean, men have drove me crazy. I'm not even gonna lie, they have drove me nuts. But it's my fault that I got drove nuts because I had a choice to leave, or I had a choice to go. Many times I did, many times I didn't. This last choice I made when I left my ex-husband last year was the best choice I could have ever made in my life. And then he had the gall to message me not long ago, wanting me to come pick him up. And, I told him, I said, no, I'm not. Jamie, I said, I'm not going to do it. You're just going to go back anyway. I know how it works. 30 years in the works going on with me and him. I know how it works. It's not going to happen. Sorry you're going through it. Because I don't really wish ill on anyone. Except for one person. But God's working, well, there's a few people. God's working with me on that. And we got a court hearing next month on that, in case anyone's wondering about the situation with Van. His court date, his trial is next month. I do believe they have a pre-trial this month or something other like that, but his trial is next month. I had somebody ask me the other day, it was like a month ago, you really want him to get in trouble? Yeah, I really want him to be put in prison for life. Never come out again. Because every day I wake up with that right there on my face. The scars over here. I wake up with the burn marks on my body. I wake up with just different things on my mind every day. And I'm one of the lucky ones. Because Van Owens is a habitual. And what I mean by habitual, I mean just that. He is someone who continually does what he does, which is uses drugs. And then he takes women and basically traffics them. So when it comes to shit like human trafficking, child sexual abuse, women being tortured, raped, all that shit, when I say I can relate, I'm not just saying that. I'm saying it because I've experienced it. It's a subject that I'm very passionate about because, like I said, I'm lucky. Because I know there's some women who were around Van, who quote unquote gave themselves a hot shot and never came back. Who are no longer here to tell their story. And I pray to God next month when the son bitch goes to trial that Judge Camp, and I will walk to court that day if I have to, because I will be there the day of his trial to make sure that son of a bitch sees me. And also because I mean business. People don't think shit like serial killers or serial rapists or things like that happens in really, really small towns. I'm sorry, but it does. It went on in East Prairie for going on 20-something years before they got that son of a bitch off the streets. That son of a bitch I used to consider a friend of mine, but that was my fault for even considering that. Even though it is and it's not. Me having the kindness of my heart always thinks the good of people. I don't know more. I make sure I run a background check. I run a check on everybody you associate with pretty much before I talk to you. So anybody who wants to hit me up in my DMs and this and that talking about, oh, you're so beautiful. Bitch, please get out of here. I am a toothless old hag. I am beautiful at times. But get out of my inbox with that talking about you want to be friends, because I'm sure you are a man in Nigeria with about 15 people around you who need to throw you in the guillotine. Just saying. Because that's what they do. Parents, protect your children. When you send your kids to a babysitter, make sure you know everything about that babysitter. Make sure you know everything about the kids that are at that babysitter. Make sure you know everything about the kids' parents. Because you don't want to go down the road and 20, 30 years later and you find out the places your loved ones were supposed to be weren't safe. It breaks my fucking heart, man. It's not fucking right at all. It's not right at all. Because, I mean, here in small town America, modern day America, if we do things like use illegal substances like crack, set up deals for or drugs and things like that, like we heard on the first clip between Hunter and Hallie Biden, that's illegal. That's a conspiracy. That is a conspiracy charge right there. And we're talking about the president of the United States, who needs to be in a geriatric nursing home with his friend Mitch McConnell. That's his son that we're listening to. We're reading his information. And we're fixing to it's either a video or it's a clip, an audio clip of something that's called well, I'm just going to put it up here real quick. Let me show you real quick. Let me show you. I mean, I'm fired up about it for real. It really aggravates me about all kinds of stuff. So right here, this part right here, this black right here. See, hold up. Let me just go up here. See, this right here. That's what we're fixing to click on.
You think why you think his
Now before I press play again, this video, this clip, it says it is 1 hour and 16 minutes. I have not previewed this. I do not know what's going to come out of it. Warning. Let me drop one of those real quick. Oops, hold on. Okay, I got that done. I understand if you're watching and you have to leave or whatever, that's fine. After I get all of it off and everything else like that, I will be releasing it. I'm running a VPN on my laptop with a torrent to hopefully protect my laptop from getting attacked. So that being said, we're now going to watch what the title I just showed you. It says a menage a trois between Daphne Guinness. I'm not sure who she is. Hold on, I can tell you in a second. The female is a English designer, actress, producer, musician, it says. She's the eldest son of Diana Mitford, Brian Guinness. I don't know what all of that's about. April 23rd, 2023, The Guardian did an article on her. It says life is a comedy and tragedy on a remarkable journey. She's an artist, I guess. Couture fashion. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. It says here. Hold on a second. Let me just get us to this real quick. Hold on. Y'all know me. Hold on. Surely that's not the same one. Surely. Hold on, y'all, just 1 second. Yeah, hold on a second. Before I play this, I want to. Ooh. Just bear with me one moment, y'all. Because, I mean, as bad as I don't care for somebody, I do not want, you know, I do have some respect, you know. What's up? You're welcome, Dolly. And the reason it was talking too fast a while ago is because I had it in fast motion. Get off the roof, Bootsy. Bootsy has been getting up on my roof. It's crazy. Get off the roof. I just want to make sure that she is, you know, I don't know if she's still alive or not. I've seen something, but this was in April that this thing was wrote. This article was wrote. I'm going to drop the link of this one in the chat before we go. Because, I mean, I guess she's still alive. If she isn't, my condolences to the family of her. Just whenever you are involved in some illicit things, things happen. I mean, I'm not involved in illicit things, but I sure am going to make sure that I get the word out that needs to be out. Get off the roof! Anyway, I'm going to play this clip and go try to get this cat off my roof. Tell you children, love you nuts. And I'm talking about fur babies too. So again, this is Daphne Guinness in here, Hunter Biden. And it said they think Joe thinks I'm a god or something. So about our dear geriatric president, Joe Biden.
Writing was interesting. He's really good. He's really good. I'm getting texts from him, and I'm getting texts from this friend that I set up in Istanbul saying, he and my Turkish friends are butting heads. It's great. He told us that you had an orgy with Mick Jagger and Daphne Guinness. Is this true?
Is it true?
Half true. Half true.
What, Daphne Guinness, but not Mick Jagger? What's the half of it?
Daphne Guinness. Long time ago.
Well, I'm ready for any of your orgies.
I'm very, very, very private, and
well, clearly people are talking about your orgies with Mick Jagger and Daphne Guinness.
well,
From this temple.
this is something.
I love when you say that shit. You're so full of shit. It's unbelievable. I'm private, baby.
No, but this is from a friend of mine who thinks he's texting me because he thinks I'm really prudish and really private. He's like, how come I never know about your boyfriend? How come I never know about any of this stuff?
Don't say it because you're proud of it.
So it's funny. Okay. What was I doing? I was looking. Oh, I wanted you to listen to this, which I thought was kind of interesting.
But anyway, what I'm saying, and let me hear what your friend said about me, because it's all about me, baby.
Yeah. Are you familiar with Russell Brand?
Yes, very much so.
On addiction.
Yeah, and he's wonderful, and I'm glad that he's helping other people. But come on, dude. I mean, like, I get it. And I agree with him 100%, and I really do. And I think that most of what he's saying is absolutely true. But again, you know what? there is a lack of understanding of the reality of real addicts' lives. Russell Brand is talking to the addict that has the choice to even go to fucking rehab, that has AA in their neighborhood. I mean, you may think it's fucking ubiquitous, but the truth of the matter is that, you know, most of the addicts, and Russell Brand does not choose to hang out with the people that I hang out with. And I don't choose to hang out with them because they are the dregs of society and I'm doing some kind of like cultural fucking exploration, or, you know, I do because that's where I find to be home. In reality, for real. Not the drug, but the person. There's a truth to that, and most people are absolutely in the stratosphere we live in, are appalled by more than anything, appalled by the fact that I lived with a homeless person, not that I was doing crack.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, 100%, because they cannot understand once they literally, like, they see Robin, they hear Robin talk, they are aghast. Good people, by the way.
I mean, do you think, I mean, if your dad is running, let's play devil's advocate, if your dad is running, like...
Can we not do if? Not about anything, because it doesn't matter whether he does or not in terms of whether I do this or not. It truly doesn't.
No, but I'm just saying that in terms of like, if say that the worst possible thing that, you know, people, I mean, you know, if Fox News goes to town on this, for instance.
Can I give you, wait, before you say it, okay? And I know that I'm talking, but it's important that I say this stuff, because then I stop because I don't have the energy to say it. Your experience with Daphne Guinness, okay? You're private about it. And part of the reason that you're private about it is because, number one, it's your fucking life. But also the reason is because you do not want to, have expose a public person that entrusted you with their privacy.
It was maybe 10 years ago.
I know, but I'm saying this.
But I didn't tell anyone.
No, I know, but you didn't tell anybody, as much because of you and the realization, but also because of Daphne, correct?
That is true. She has kids, yeah.
Okay, there you go. Daphne Guinness will literally be a fucking blip in a fucking radar fucking screen as compared to my presence if my dad becomes president of the United States. She will be like a pimple on my ass in terms of the way in which people will fucking be on this. And you have no clue. I am Daphne Guinness already.
Yeah.
I'm more than Daphne Guinness. No one gives a shit about what you think about Daphne Guinness, honey, except the Tattler. I was on the front page of every newspaper, including the fucking, the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, not just the Tattler.
Yeah.
And so my point is that I believe that's an opportunity to say the things and to show the things and to reveal the things through this project that we want to reveal, because it literally gives it, because you will have attention. I think that the most important thing, if you are me, is to use your attention with intention. You will not get across to everybody. And I have figured out a long time ago, if you're going to be involved in politics the way that I am, which is to choose to engage with my father in that life, because I believe in what he does. If you're going to, then one of your obligations is to use that platform with intent. Is to not allow the platform to sit on top of you. I'm allowing the platform to sit on top of me right now.
Well, what happens is if your dad becomes president, for instance, or if he runs, it's a very if I don't know if it will be exposed to that degree, but if it does,
wonderful.
If it does, then it's a possibility for your dad to talk about drug reform and to talk about and to push.
He's going to talk about drug reform and any other thing that I want him to. He'll talk about anything that I want him to, that he believes in. If I say this is important to me, then he will work a way in which to make it a part of his platform. My dad respects me more than he respects anyone in the world, and I know that to be certain. So it is not going to be about whether my dad thinks it's going to affect his politics. No, it won't. It's not going to be whether or not he's going to be embarrassed of me. He never will. It's not going to. All of those concerns that you have with all of the people that you know, that are the children of, I have none of them. Not a single one. The only one that I have is the knowledge that it's a different world, not by choice. But I am understanding of that because the person that has lived that life that has given me this life is the person I most admire in the world, and I would never change it because it's bigger than me. Everyone else talks about how can you be as good as your dad? I'm better than my dad. You know why I'm better than my dad? Because my dad tells me I'm better than him since I was 2 years old. So all of those fears that you think that I have of people not liking me or that I don't love myself, and first I have to go down and you have to really care about yourself and understand and put yourself out there. Baby, have you seen me? Do I not put myself out there?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, all of it.
Yeah.
I put out there.
Yeah.
To you or to the homeless person. I don't fear that. You know why I don't fear that? Because the man I most admire in the world, that God to me, thinks I'm a God. And my brother did too. And the three of us, it was literally, I had the support to know I can do anything.
What does he say about you doing crack? Does he try?
He says, fucking stop.
Yeah.
He's scared to death.
And what do you say? I mean, how does that affect you when he says that?
The same way that it would affect you if the person that you love most in the world wanted you to stop. And the realization that stopping, even for the person you love most in the world, is such a hard thing because it literally, look, it's not about whether or not I want to. It's about whether I really want to.
Yeah.
But what's really want to and what's want to and what is whether to make a choice or not a choice, and I don't know. This is a habit.
My friend
Right now, I know that I don't want to stop now. But you never know, you never want to stop.
But that's the thing, it's like you can always do it tomorrow, but tomorrow is always tomorrow. You know, tomorrow is always tomorrow.
Philippa, for real, that's when you say things like that, I get it. But you're not an addict, and so you have no idea that is literally like fucking you telling the sky is blue, but you don't seem to realize it. I realize saying is that I don't know if I want to do it tomorrow. I don't want to know if I do it now. I don't know.
Because you don't want to stop.
Because it's fear. Pure fear.
Because what happens if you stop? Then you have
Fear.
no excuses.
Oh yeah, I have a million excuses. You know I have a million excuses. Everybody has excuses. I don't have to use drugs as an excuse. You act as if drug addicts are the only one who come up with this idea that they're afraid because if they don't continue to use drugs, they're not going to have excuses. What a bunch of bullshit. People know that they get in their car in the morning, and if they don't go to the gym, they're going to end up dying of obesity, but they don't go. Why? Because they're afraid. They're afraid that they're going to be thin and they're going to be healthy and they're going to be able to engage in life more. And they don't have any excuses not to do that.
Well, it's a mixture of things, isn't it?
But it's just the same.
It's habit as well. It's habit.
And habit is the biggest thing that's happening here. The fact of the matter is that I have not had the fucking reason to break the ease of the habit I'm in. And the reason is because I don't, like what? Nothing has captured my imagination until now. And that's why I have to start to do it. Because what I'm realizing now is that my choice to do this, the drug, is brought me to an understanding and allowed me to break from everything in the past. Have you ever thought about this? Maybe this is the greatest thing that fucking ever happened to me. Maybe this is literally the continuation and the continuum of what is going to be the thing that makes me the person that my father believes I am. My father believes I am. Everybody says the person my father thinks I'll never become. For me, it's the person I know.
But at what point does that happen? Like, are you always constantly looking?
Well, isn't that the line?
Looking for this epiphany? And
No, it's not. I've had the epiphany.
Crack pipe.
I've had the epiphany.
Yeah.
No, I've had the epiphany. I know now. But you can have an epiphany and still be weighted down by the anchors that have created you. And you got to cut all those anchors. What are they? They're relationships. They're your everyday life. They're deciding to get out of the habit of going to the office every fucking morning.
Oh, there's a girl over there. She's like really in need, and she's really not really in need. She's like kind of hustling, and she's always got issues. She's always got problems. Like, I'm over there. That's what I need to be doing right now. Instead of focusing on this thing here, I need to be over there with this girl who's like making up stories, or there's another thing and another issue and another thing. Yeah.
Do you think that's what I focus on?
It's very easy to be distracted by troubled people.
And you know what? I'm breaking all of it. I've even driven them away. This has even driven them away. They can't be around it.
But
The
why
homeless
why
people
does
can't
it
be
need
around
to,
it.
but why does it need to be to that extent?
Because I know
why did
this.
you make the decision? Why do you let
Look at me.
people
Because I'm not as,
control
because you know what? I'm not a heartless fuck like you are. No, really. I'm not a heartless fuck by 99% of the people that live their lives. No, listen to me.
I'm not heartless,
I
but
can't
I
look
know
at somebody.
that if I don't-
Stop defending yourself and let me say it. I'm going to give you my answer and then you can say.
Okay.
The reason is because you are not as empathetic as I am. You do not have as much feeling for other people as I do. You don't care as much. You do not go out in the day and think about Robin, the homeless person. You let it go. And that maybe you think the healthier way to live. I'm saying that I'm a fucking higher individual, fucking Philippa, and that I literally cannot go through the day without fucking figuring that out. And so I figure out that that person's a fucking fraud. The reason I engage with them is not because they're a fraud or I have my penis, okay? Many times it's my penis. But here's the thing. I've had to break from it all. I have to literally have gone through the crucible of realizing that worrying about Robin every day is to be eaten alive by Robin's need. I had to do that though, or otherwise my heart breaks every day that I'm not doing it. I had to break from my wife. I had to break from my children. Otherwise, I will live my life for my children and my wife and my father and my brother and my mother and my sister-in-law and my niece and nephew. And I've done that my whole life. I've had to break every tie, not to be consumed by other people's problems, but literally I've had to break every tie so that I am not consumed by everybody's problems, because that's been my whole life. I have never lived my life for me. You think this is living my life for me?
No.
This is living my life to literally, here's the thing, maybe, and this is where I get to choose my perception. Maybe I cannot feel guilty and like a fucking selfish fucking prick of a human being that's chosen crack and fucking motels over my children if I believe that the person that I am and have been before, during, and possibly after is an incredibly good person.
Can I ask you something? These people that you help, are they always like, are they either people you do drugs with or people you have sex
Never.
with? Is there always
Never.
that?
I've never touched Robin. I don't do drugs with the girl
You've done,
that I'm.
but it's either one or the other, no?
No.
No.
100% no.
No.
Absolutely.
But do you work in homeless shelters and stuff like that? Do you help?
I have homeless people live with me,
Yeah.
Philippa.
But you do drugs with them also?
No, I don't.
With Robin?
No, I did drugs with Robin, but that's it. I've had other people fucking live with me. I've had other people, homeless people, who are just plain out crazy.
I'm asking you a question.
Yeah. Joanna. Joanna doesn't do drugs. She doesn't drink.
But you give her money.
No, I don't give her money.
I thought you gave her £300.
Who?
Joanna, no?
What do you mean?
I thought you gave her money the other day.
I gave her money to be able to make it back to her house from the airport.
Okay.
But what does it matter?
Okay. No, I'm just...
No, I'm saying though, you said, are there people that I do drugs with or I have sex with?
Right.
I don't have drugs or sex with Joanna.
We've never had sex with her.
No.
Okay. But she tries to have sex with you?
Never.
No.
She's so disinterested. If you want to know Joanna's story?
Yeah.
And don't ever write this. Joanna's story is that she was fucking abused and fucking sexually molested since the time she was 4 years old. She lived in her house with her mother, who she still lives with now, and a father, and 4 brothers. They traded her every day for her life until her father died when she was 16 years old, of which she has a infinity tattoo on her upper arm, her chest for. And then her mother, when she graduated from high school, the day of graduation, kicks her out of the house because she said something about it to her mother. She lives by herself and literally from couch to couch for 3 years with her sisters, who are all prostitutes and dancers and make their money of taking advantage of men, understandably so. And has stayed away from it and just literally fought to not do that.
But if by her spending time with you and then you giving her money, isn't that
Honey,
she's swapping her time for money with a man?
her time for money?
Yeah.
She has no job.
Yeah.
She drives her sister around and literally lives on the couch in her mother's house.
Right. But if you wanted to help her, wouldn't it be better to set her up in school?
I did.
You did. And what happened?
I do that every time. Then what happens? I literally introduce her to 14 people. She'll probably go to school. Yeah. She'll have a project that she's doing, an art project that she's doing with a woman in New York that I introduced her to. Yeah. She is, I introduced her to an agent for modeling, like a real person. I never touch her. I never asked to touch her. I always tell her that she's the most beautiful girl in the world and that she can do anything that she wants and that she's smart. And that she went from being able to fucking sit here and I thought not have a conversation to fucking sitting here and reading the books that I brought home. And talking to me all day as I drive around. And she drives me fucking crazy because she hates to be left alone because she watches ghost shows on TV and gets scared to death. You don't know me.
No, I'm asking.
No, I mean it, Bob. You don't. And so you make assumptions, Philippa. I'm not getting mad at you. I'm getting mad at everybody.
No.
Philippa, I mean it. And you think that I'm being so overly like this is like dramatic. I'm better than anybody you know. You have the exact opposite fucking impression. You think I'm a good person trapped by my fucking disease. You think I put myself in situations where...
How do you know what I think?
Because you say it every time. Is there anybody that you help that you don't do drugs with or have sex with? Isn't that saying something to me?
I said, that was a question.
And I'm telling you, everybody.
Well, that's not true.
Honey, obviously I help the people that I do drugs with because I don't discriminate against them because I do drugs with them. Obviously I would help the person that I made love to because I don't sleep with people I don't like. Who have I slept with?
I have no idea.
I know. But you assume, but by the way, but you assume all the time that all of these women that are in my life.
I don't know.
You say it all the time, Philippa.
I don't know who all these women are.
You say it all the time, Philippa.
You talk to me, you say, oh, there's this girl. And
Philippa, there is not. Name one.
Well.
Name other than Zoe.
This girl who you were who left her keys in your car. Yeah, I mean, who's she? Like, what is that?
I want to slam this down your throat so bad.
Yeah,
it's dying to.
I know, but it's like, but I don't know, anyway, but that's not choose.
Really?
But why is Zoe putting you in a position where she's setting you up with somebody who's trying to scam you out of money?
No one's trying to scam me out of money, Philippa.
But this woman who left the keys.
Is it a scam?
It was.
Not a scam in any way. No. What are you talking about?
Oh.
She is a 24-year-old woman who's lived with parents. She literally get kicked out of her house. She has an alcohol problem. She wants to get into a program. She has no way to get to it. Her parents don't want her to leave the house, which is stupid, or leave Providence where she is, or Newton. She's never going to get a chance to get sober, and she needed help to be able to figure out where to go, how to do it, and ultimately how to pay for it. And that's what she's doing. And I helped.
Okay.
And
sorry, that wasn't.
No, but Zoe knows that I would help do that. So she puts me in a position to help. Now, the thing that pisses me off, and I never should have even said anything to you, is that the motherfucker, as I do all that, she leaves her keys in my car.
Yeah.
And she has a car to come pick them up, but she expects me to go to her. Because people that are in that position, I have to remember, are ultimately, until they get better, are the most selfish people in the world.
Yeah.
And I should not be surprised at the way in which they treat me.
Yeah.
They take advantage. They take advantage of someone who, without any expectation whatsoever of anything in return. Yeah. I do expect, though, sometimes, and get hurt by the lack of fucking respect.
Me too. I do as well.
So my point is, your assumption is, and this is what I worried about the project, Philippa.
Yeah. Your
assumption, even in that, is that there is some type of quid pro quo that I have with these people that I help.
I asked you a question.
I know it was a question.
I'm not.
But I thought by now.
I don't have judgments on you at all.
But you do have.
Trying to understand.
Yeah.
To get a full.
I know, Philippa. I'm not.
To understand, because I don't know. I don't know you. That's the thing. I haven't spent weeks and weeks and weeks with you. I'm trying to learn. So we'll ask questions, and maybe that you find difficult. But I'm asking.
I don't find them at all difficult. You know what I'm amazed by?
Don't think that I'm saying those things.
Can I play back? If we do this, is like when we do it, the tone of your voice when you say, "Well, tell me about what about this girl?" No, I'm recording it. Right here.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, is that bad? I thought I said we should record it. Is it the tone with which you said that is what? Yeah, well, Hunter, like for instance, it's like tell us what it wasn't like, well, Hunter, I think that some people would assume. Because you're making assumptions, and it's not a judgment, but you're making assumptions about what's happening. Not judging it, but you're assuming that's what's happening.
I suppose because you...
It's supposed because I'm different than anybody you've ever met.
I suppose because I met you with somebody who makes money off men using their...
I did not realize that.
I met you through Zoe, who makes money from men, and I didn't meet you through a friend who makes her own money on her own, like doing something that she's, through her education. She uses her body to get money out of men. That's how she makes a living, and that's great. I have no.
I understand. I understand. I've had this discussion with you a million times.
But you have to understand the context of, and then when you say, oh, this girl, and there was this girl, and there was this girl.
Who? What girl am I talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
There was some other girl that Zoe introduced, that you met Zoe through, who was, you met her. She's a sun tanning woman.
Alessandra, what about her?
Yeah.
She introduced me to Zoe.
Right.
What about her?
Yeah, but she was being mean to Zoe about her.
Oh, she's been horrible to Zoe.
She was horrible to Zoe.
What does that have to do with me?
Well, that's the thing. It's like, why would?
Because she's in love with me.
Right. Okay.
She says it's because that Zoe stole her stream of dollars. I don't fucking support Alessandra.
Right.
That's Alessandra's way of saving face. But Alessandra's in love with me. That's why. She left her fucking husband who was abusive to her, only way I helped Alessandra was doing that. I got her a lawyer. I got a program. I got her, her daughter, was counseling sessions. That's what I did. Nobody knows that.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't tell Zoe that.
Yeah.
But when she finds out that Zoe lied to her and did not tell her that, which I assume was the case, because I didn't think anyone's in love with me, including Zoe. I don't give a shit. I care about people, but I don't care about people. Like, I'm learning this is that what I always know, but the only way to continue to be able to do what I do is to take the risk that people aren't totally about taking advantage of me. You have to allow yourself the possibility of that before you can help anybody.
You have to set boundaries, because you do get taken advantage. I'm speaking from experience in that I don't set boundaries often, and I get taken advantage of, and it makes me feel terrible. I feel terrible when that happens. Terrible.
What kind of instances are you?
Well, I have a big place in London, and I have people staying there often.
Yep.
Sometimes I have Airbnbs staying there.
Yep.
Sometimes I have friends staying there. And I often, I would say 90% of the time it's a dream, but 10% of the time.
What does having an Airbnb have to do with doing anybody for anybody except yourself, and then not being taken advantage of because you're having a bad?
No, and they'll say, "Oh, can I stay for an extra couple of days because I don't have any money?"
Who cares?
And I let them stay for a couple of days. But then it's like, and then they're rude to me afterwards, and they're like shirty with me, and it's like, why am I?
Because you did them a favor.
Because I did them a favor, and it's like, why?
What's the Winston Churchill quote? Everybody knows this.
What is it?
I don't know why so and so hates me so much. I never did them a favor. You do somebody a favor, I promise you're going to engender absolute resentment.
Yeah, what is that?
It's the fact that you've done something for them that they couldn't do for themselves, and they can never repay you for it.
Terrible.
They can never repay you for what they can't give.
Yeah.
And that's why it's always dangerous to do someone a favor if you are very sensitive to the idea that you don't care that they then shit on you afterwards. Why are you doing a favor? Did you do it so that they wouldn't shit on you?
Because they asked me, they said they were in need and they needed some help.
Yes,
So I helped them.
so if they're assholes to you, what does it matter? You help because you help.
Yeah.
You help only from people that aren't assholes.
Because it makes me feel bad when somebody's rude, like mean to me, and they say things like,
Exactly.
"You're a little impotent woman." This guy said, "You're a little impotent woman."
But you did do it to feel good, right? You did it to feel good about yourself.
No,
You did something favor.
it just made me feel self-righteous, or that I
No,
was.
that's self-righteous, but don't you feel the best about yourself when you do good things for people? Not yourself, when you do good things for other people.
No, I don't. It doesn't make me feel good. It's just because I can. I do it because I can, and it's not no skin off my nose, you know. Do I feel good about it?
The only reason you did things is just because we can, without any motivation or any fear.
Yeah.
Then you know what? Then I'd be robbing banks, wouldn't I? Because I can. I'd be stealing money from people because I can.
I mean, having someone crash in my spare room for a few nights or a few weeks, even as it's been, it's like not a big deal.
Yes, you can, and you know
And
you're
then
doing something.
when they're like,
You refuse it. I mean, I
when they're
understand.
like making
completely are impacted by the external environment to the degree that you become a different person with me. Like when you turn on your camera. For all you to know, this is not a fucking interview. I'm interviewing you.
Interview me then.
No, act as if I'm your psychiatrist, okay? And ask
My
me,
psychologist. She's a psychologist. And a canine animal.
is it here to feed the nutrients and to be the brain that allows the entirety of the forest to survive?
Okay, so I fast forwarded through that, to be honest, because I really don't want to hear somebody giving someone fellatio. Just saying. Uh, what I have next for us though is a actual video. It starts off with Hunter. So bear with me one moment, and I will get that to you. If you're still with me, I want to say thank you for continuing to stay in the stream. I know it's lengthy. That's what I said in the beginning. It would be a lengthy stream. So if you're still here, just let me know in the chat. And here we go.
Holly, I didn't say that you're against me.
Then why would I?
Because the same way you used Carly against me. The same. What? Oh my God. Okay. Never mind. That's mine.
I'm sorry about the argument. I'm scared of fearful hell. Oh,
That it's going to affect you in any way. For all of us? What do you mean for all of us? It isn't already all of us? Holly, it isn't already all of us?
it is already over.
So what are you scared about? It's already happened.
Horrible. It's gonna come.
No, Holly, it already came to me.
It's gonna keep coming.
To me.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
And I'm sorry that that came to you. Of course, I'm sorry. But I'm not causing that.
I didn't say you caused it. All I expected was literally just a modicum of of compassion to talk about that rather than to ask me what my program is like.
I didn't. I said, are you connecting? Do you feel like
I know,
it's
Hallie, and there's no answer to that.
Okay.
I'm in rehab. And I can't believe that your response, I mean, you can't understand this. How can you not see how devastating this is to me?
Because I want it to be more than just about you.
Hallie,
I want you to
it is
see
about
that there
me
are
and my
5
children.
kids and
No, there is me and my children.
Okay.
It obviously is not affecting you in any way.
Of course it is.
How?
What are you talking about?
How?
Okay.
I'm asking you how.
Go to see outside yourself.
No, I'm asking you how. In what way is it affecting
You don't think anything affects me.
you? No, I'm asking you in what terms. It's not.
I don't have any business dealings that they're gonna criticize. I don't have any
Business dealings?
I don't know where they're gonna go with you. It's not just like it's not all about me that they're attacking.
I didn't say it was.
Okay, well then what are you blaming me for? Why am
I'm not for anything, Hallie. I'm saying to you, it would seem to me that you would call and not expect me to apologize for the things that I've done to harm you today. Is that you would have called after reading that article and you would have said, you know what, this really sucks for you.
Of course it sucks for you.
Well, that's what I thought you were calling about.
I didn't even know about the article.
Well, then once you read it, what did you not? Didn't you think that maybe is what you should say?
I'm sorry, hon. I know it's hard for you.
Oh God! I mean, you're so okay. I am. See this? I mean, I
I guess I want you to see the bigger part here on how much damage you've done to me, Natalie and Hunter,
damage I've done
and
to you.
your kids.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
What are you talking the damage I've done to you?
Are you kidding, hon?
Honey, you're telling me right now, right in this moment, that what I should be focusing on is how much damage I've done to you and my children. That's what's going to get me sober.
And my children.
And
Yes.
your children. That the damage I've done.
I want you to talk about that with your therapist. Absolutely. And if I come visit, I would like to talk about that.
Okay.
Yes.
So what you're telling me is that what you called me to tell me is not only was I supposed to apologize to you, is that you also want me in this time to be purely focusing on what an asshole I've been to
I
my
think
family.
to own the shit that you've done
Yes,
is
to
more
own the
important
shit
than
that I've
worrying about
done.
the articles that are going to come out.
No,
Yeah, I do.
uh,
I do. I think
what?
it's more
Say that
important
again.
for you to recognize the damage you've done to your family. Yes, that is most important. And so
Okay,
that you
I'm
don't
not
do it
kidding you.
again.
I'm not kidding you now. I'm asking earnestly because I have talked about that. But what is the damage that you perceive that I've done? Because
Okay, I'll talk to it with the
No.
therapist.
I
I'm
want to
not
know.
gonna have no. I'm
No,
not gonna talk on the phone and argue.
I'm
When
not
I come,
arguing. I'm
if you
asking you.
want me
I'm
to
being
come,
totally
I would
serious.
love to have a therapy session and we will talk about it there.
Holly, I'm being serious. What
I
is
get
it that you
I'm
see?
not gonna talk about it unless there's a therapist present. Okay?
So you want me
I'd
to?
love to do it.
You want me to
Like
wonder?
traditionally, when you have a partner and I come
Wait a
visit.
second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Do not say that. I've asked 50 times to be able to do that with you. You've never, ever,
You
ever.
weren't sober.
What
Shut
does
the
it?
fuck, because it does matter. Talk to your therapist about that. Come on.
Holly, did you call to do this to me right now?
No, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you
I'd
did.
love to come and talk to a
Okay, so
therapist.
you can come, Hal. But let me just ask you: did you call right now to do this to me?
No, I guess you're right, and I'm sorry, and I can't help myself. I have so much anger. I do.
So why did you keep calling me then?
Because I love you.
So, no,
And
because
I'm
you're
proud
so
of you,
angry
and
at
I
what?
want you to, and I want you to know that.
So angry, and you're proud of me, and you want to blow me up in the
Yes,
middle,
I know.
right at the same time.
I don't want to blow you up.
What,
I
you don't
want
think
you
this blows me up today?
Well, you're in a place that you can go and work through
I'm in
it.
a place I can walk out of too, Hal.
Well, don't.
Just like you did.
Would you? Oh my God.
Oh my God, what?
Okay.
What? Did you call to do this to me?
No, I love you. I'm sorry.
Holly,
I'd love to come and talk with a
Holly,
therapist with you.
but literally, for real, I know all the things that I've done.
Okay, well then act a little more, contrite.
I am trying to, Holly. I was trying to
and
actually,
humble.
Holly, I was
Instead of saying thanks for telling me that, about the article, or thanks for, I don't know, have you been supportive? I didn't notice. I mean, those are your jabs at me.
Holly,
It's on me to.
I didn't say anything's on you.
Okay, well then, to say you didn't notice that I've been supportive, that I've reached out to you every day. I've reached out to you every day. I visit you. I've told you I love you.
You've sent me a 2-line text.
So you don't think that's supportive?
Just send me a 2-line text.
Every day.
No, I don't.
Okay, then I won't do it.
Hi, how are you? That's supportive?
Because you're not answering anymore. I'm thinking about you.
Good
I
night,
miss you. I love
my
you.
love.
Can I come? Yeah, that's
Happy
fucking
Valentine's
sweet.
Day. I love you. Good morning.
Okay,
I'd love to hear your voice.
Then I won't do it.
No, I'm just saying, this is your
If
support.
you don't find that
Hi,
supportive.
sweetheart. Thinking of you.
Okay.
How are you?
Ask your therapist if that's supportive or not.
What
Oh, all right. It's not
Okay.
supportive enough for you. It's not enough for you.
I didn't say it was not enough for me.
Okay.
I think I
If you
have to
don't
figure it
find
out.
that supportive, then I don't know what you would want me to do while you're
Did
there,
you
and I don't
find
know
any
that
of
you're
your
there.
part in this?
Okay.
Have you found any of your part in this? Have you
We'll
talked?
talk about that when I'm with the therapist, okay? With you.
I'm asking you, have you
And you
found
can
any of your part in this?
we can discuss it with
When
your
we were
therapist.
sober, when we were both sober.
Oh my
with
God,
Carly.
we've never been sober together. Come on.
Oh shit! I was in fucking rehab, Holly, and you came and fucking.
Oh my God. Okay.
What's oh my
If you want
God
to
about that?
continue to talk about us trying to get sober,
Oh God.
I love you.
No,
I'm gonna
you
go.
don't.
I gotta
This
get the
isn't
kids
love.
going.
You called one where? On Sunday? To where?
CCD, yeah. I love you.
Holly, it's
I'll
9
talk
o'clock.
with you if you want
It's
to.
9 o'clock.
Okay. I don't want to get aggravated.
So they're going to CCD at 9 o'clock?
I gotta get them up.
But they're not going to CCD.
Yeah, they are.
What time?
10. Natalie's at
It's
Lexi's.
9
I gotta
o'clock,
get her.
Callie.
I have to go get her. I have to get myself up. I'm very angry. I want to calm myself
What
down.
are you angry about? Explain to me, please. Because you're the one who asked to talk to me. What are you angry about? I didn't say anything. What are you angry about?
We'll talk about it with the
No, honey,
therapist.
I have not said a word.
I have a ton of anger and
So you
resentment.
called me to tell me that I need to talk to my therapist about how I've ruined my family's life?
Well, I think we should discuss that while you're there.
Okay,
Yeah.
but why did you call me at 9 o'clock in the morning to tell me that? On the morning that the Marine Dowd article comes out?
I didn't know about Marine Dowd.
Well, you
and I
did
guess
before
I
you
thought
started
that
talking to me,
you wouldn't
Hallie.
attack me, that you would be a bit more humble.
I did
but
not
I was
attack
wrong,
you.
and it pissed me off.
I didn't attack you.
Okay, you said I'm going to use against you.
No, I said to
And
you,
then you
Hallie,
said I haven't
I
been
don't
supportive.
want to give you
You didn't
information
notice
about this
I was
program
being.
that you'll use it against me as not
Okay,
being enough.
I can't keep talking. We're going to go round and round in
I'm not
circles.
arguing, Hallie. I'm asking you.
Okay, I don't know. I would schedule a visit, and we'll talk with the therapist. I'm not going to argue, and I don't want to talk and make things worse.
So, is anyone still in here with me? If you are, let me know. Okay, obviously nobody's in here. So I'm going to say this. You know, yeah, it takes me a while before I can get a live up. My life is very, how do I put this? My life is very unpredictable. I'll just go ahead and say it. It's very fucking unpredictable. Therefore, I mean, I might be scrolling through YouTube or whatever and see people online, lives and this and that. Don't think I don't listen to what y'all are saying, because I do go back. Sometimes I'll just sit there for a few minutes depending on what I'm doing, depending on how many devices I have going. Yeah. I have 315 subscribers. I'm very thankful for those 315 subscribers. But for every live I actually do, I only top out at maybe 5 or 10 people, 10 being a good one. I have stories to tell. I can tell stories for days. I have this Biden laptop thing. I thought y'all would be interested in that. So here's what I'm going to propose. If you made it to this part of the video, and that means you've watched all the way up to here, Drop me an email. Find me on Facebook. Find me on YouTube. Find me on TikTok. Send me a message. Say, hey, I seen your Biden video. And this is stuff I'd like to hear about. Because I've done YouTube for I've been on YouTube for a long time. I have a couple of different accounts. But here's something, I might make some people upset about when they hear this part. Here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to entertain Dawn Wells or Candace Wells. I will post videos about them, about the sexual abuse that Dawn did to his sister when she was 5 years old. And he was older than 5. He was like 12 or something. It doesn't matter, though. Plain and simple. I'm at my wit's end with it. I think it's disgusting. I'm glad that TBI stepped in and took the kids away from them. And I say that because I'm a survivor. And I wish to God I'd have said something to my family whenever I was growing up. Who? Oh, you're talking about. Who are you talking about, Dolly? Are you talking about Hunter or what I'm talking about now? Anyway, so I cannot see it back anymore and just hold it in because it's driving me nuts. I see everybody, like, all Dawn and Candace have done has turned this tragedy of a 5-year-old little girl, their child, Summer Moon Utah Wells, who went missing, vanished, June 15, 2021, never to be seen for or heard from again. Her Amber Alert's not active anymore. She's still listed on there, but it's not active. I'm not even on the video anymore, Dolly. But if there was some black writing, I mean, was it like in a bubble thing? It was probably my one thing, but I don't remember it being over his eyes. But he's in a rehab facility. He's probably getting high. But yeah, the stuff with Summer, I will not. I mean, and let me tell you this: if Donald Wesley Wells Sr., who has a son named Don Wesley Wells Jr., who has a stepsister named Mary, if Don wants to be man enough and come over to my platform, but I hate to tell him this, he's not going to be the one doing all the talking. He's not going to shut me up on my channel. Because I'm going to tell him what I need to tell him. And then I'm going to boot his ass on right back to the Kentucky server, or from the Tennessee server he's coming from. Survivors stand with survivors. Survivors have gut feelings. Especially when people go missing or whatever, and the person has SA charges, sexual abuse charges, molestation charges. There, I said it. I got it off my chest. Good. And I'm sick as fucking hell to my stomach right now from saying it. Because imagine what the boys are having to go through. The surviving kids. And what am I saying? Am I saying that I think Don Wells did something this summer? Yeah. He sits there and carries on in a conversation about how he loves her and she loves him, and it's not in a tone of a father-daughter type. And I can say this shit because I'm actually experienced. I went to school, studied. Who are you calling crack eyes? I'm experienced in all these areas I talk about. I went to college. I went and studied psychology. I've studied sociology. I've studied all of that stuff. So, I mean, do I feel like he did something this summer? Yes, I do. And it was said in a video that every time, and this is by his stepsister, said that every time Donnie would get in trouble, he would up and run. Well, what's Donnie done? He's up and ran. Where the hell's Summer at? I was watching one last night. A very dear friend of mine who I actually collaborated with back whenever Summer first went missing. And there ain't too many content creators that was around back then that still communicate with each other, because it's turned into a whole shit show. Summer's disappearance has. It's turned into a whole shit show. Can't even look her up online without some kind of drama clout chasing shit comes up with it. It's bullshit. And that's why I had to end that one clip a while ago the way I did, because he's talking about this and that. Yeah, I've seen that, Dolly. I know nobody was in here. That's why I'm just talking my mind. I'm just talking what's on my mind. I'm fortunate you're in here. Usually there's nobody except for that. My one true writer, Miss Dolly. I haven't heard nothing from September. I pray to God she's okay. But I just can't do it no more. I cannot sit back. It's too much crazy. When did he take a big hit of the pipe? Where was that? Did I not see that? I didn't see that part. But then I could have been when I was going out to get the cat too, off my roof. Our country's in trouble, y'all. You know, used to back in the day, it would be all the main trouble stuff was up in the big people's places, like the governors and the White House and all this and all that. But no, it's not just there. It's in everybody's home. Everybody is in trouble almost, it seems like. And I worry about our kids of the future. Every city, every town, every political organization has corruption in it. Everybody asks me why I'm so for Trump. First of all, he was a businessman. He's still a businessman. A very prosperous businessman. Donald Trump has over $2 billion, if not more. I've seen his financials. I've seen them. I've studied them. I've looked at them. But poor old Biden, geriatric President Biden, draws Social Security benefits and got a tax refund. And he's the fucking President of the United States. Where they do that at? I mean, the aliens must have done taken over America, because I had a home in 2018 that I didn't miss any payments on at all, was buying it. Missed one payment because I forgot to send in some paperwork on my disability, because I draw disability. I draw SSI and SSDI. I get 2 checks. They cut my damn check. They cut my check for Medicare premiums. But this son of a bitch, let me rephrase that, because I really don't want Secret Service showing up my door. Joseph Biden, the president of our United States, draws Social Security benefits, has properties, has income from them properties. If his assets ain't more than the requirement to draw it, I don't care how old you are. don't care if you're 160. Care if you're blue, green, yellow, white, or black. He should not be allowed to draw Social Security. Maybe that's why they keep saying our Social Security is going to be jeopardized, because he's drawing it. The law should apply to each and every single person. Now, you want to sit here and you want to talk about how Trump's getting indicted on all these charges of racketeering? Forgive me, Jesus. Y'all need to go all the way back to whenever George Washington was in office, probably then. Start filing charges on the dead ones. Because racketeering's been going on in the big house up there in the White House for a long, long time. You see, I don't have anything to do except sit around, and I have internet on my phone. I just don't have it on my laptops all the time. I only get a certain amount. So that's all I'm doing. I'm researching. I'm learning every single day. Every minute of every day. I'm a legal office assistant. I'm a social media manager. I am a virtual assistant. There ain't too much in this world I have not done. To be honest, there ain't too much. I'm a former federal felon, which I'm still a federal felon. I'm always going to be a felon until I pass away. I went to federal prison 12 hours away from my home. I come home, I walked my supervised probation down. I haven't been in no trouble since. So therefore, do I have experience in talking about the criminal society? Yeah, I do. I'm more than experienced in a whole bunch of shit. Whole bunch of areas. Whole bunch of areas. So when I talk about stuff, I talk about it because I've experienced it. And this shit with Biden, I've lived every bit of it. Now, if you're still watching and you would like to carry on and read some more stuff that's going on in this shit or whatever, we can do that. Or I can show y'all an update on the manhunt. Whatever y'all want to do. Or we can do some more on Biden. But the contents are a total of, the whole report is a total of, see, 500 or 676 pages. Is what it is. So y'all let me know. I want to bring y'all over here real quick. I'm at. I figured it was Hunter Dolly. So, right here. Hold on a second. This right here is the the cover. Sorry, Dolly. Or I think we're caught up now. It's just I get aggravated really, really easy these days. My nerves are not nowhere near good at all. They aren't. They are nowhere near good at all. Uh, it's crazy. Every day I battle the lymphoma. I do. I battle it. Is it getting better? No. Am I getting better? No. I spend more time on my bed than I do anything these days. Um, but on the screen right here, we have a section called Table of Contents. This is everything that's in this book. There's 644 pages of this. If we thought 4chan was long, yeah, it don't hold nothing to this. This is wild. My daughter had messaged me earlier and was like, come get this cake because we play Monopoly Go together. I'm like, what are you talking about? So I got on there with her and was like, telling her I was live streaming it. She's like, I ain't watching that stuff or listening to it. But I told her if I vanished, it was, she knew what happened. So here we have the cover of the Biden laptop. It is legit stuff. The shit in here cannot be, you can't make this shit up. This in here. This is the shit that, I mean, it's a conspiracy and a half. Well, go ahead and get to where you're at to the future, and I'll stop talking for a minute. I need to put on live chat too, so. Or I can send you the link, and I can drop the link, and you can just come on with me. Would you like that? You want the link? Let me do that instead. That might work better. Nope, I don't want that. There you go, Dolly. Grab the link and come on up. I don't think I ain't ever done it on here though. Brought somebody up. See, Dolly is my grounding on here. I get riled up, and boy, she's right there to calm me down. I love her. Everybody needs a Dolly in their life. If you want to come on up, Dolly. But I'm going to go ahead and play this other. I'm going to give us an update on the manhunt real quick while we're trying to figure out what to. Well, actually, we're going to do it like this. We're going to talk. Actually, this ain't about the manhunt. This is going to be on Hunter Biden because I'm assuming that we're going to carry on back into. I'm going out Hunter because this is breaking. It's just come out not long ago. Actually, just in like the past hour or so, I believe. 42 minutes ago. So we're going to play this real quick.
Weiss, the special counsel overseeing the Hunter Biden investigation, indicating he plans to file the president's son by the end of the month. This comes about 6 weeks after the original plea deal between Hunter Biden fell apart at the last minute over a dispute about whether he would be immune from prosecution on other potential crimes. Weiss filed a report today in federal court which said, quote, "The Speedy Trial Act requires that the government obtain the return of an indictment by a grand jury by Friday, September 29th, 2023 at the earliest. The government intends to seek the return of an indictment in this case before." Now, this would seem to suggest charge. Originally, Hunter Biden was charged with 2 misdemeanor tax offenses for failing to pay taxes in 2017 and 2018, and he was going to agree to a diversion program on the felony gun charge, meaning he would not be prosecuted at all on that charge. Now, Hunter Biden's team claiming today that they believe that agreement on the gun charge is still in place and that he can't be prosecuted for it because both sides signed off on it. Joining us now is John Fishwick, former U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Virginia, who is following the case closely. Thanks so much for coming on the program. Appreciate it. So let me start with that issue, right? You've got Hunter Biden's team saying be prosecuted on this gun charge. What do you of their argument?
I think it's a weak argument, Dan. I fully expect them to make it. They'll say, hey, look, we had a deal. We were in court. We signed it. The judge explicitly questioned Hunter Biden about the deal when they were in court in Delaware. And she concluded there is no deal here. And they asked Hunter Biden what his were. And he said, I don't think I can be charged in the future. Prosecution said, and so the deal fell apart. So I don't think they will be successful saying, hey, look, we had a deal. We're going to hold you to it, DOJ.
But basically, what they're saying, right, is that this agreement, this diversionary agreement, is basically a deal with prosecutors and the defendant. And in effect, Hunter Biden's team is saying, we don't even need a judge to have signed off on it. You're just promising that you're not going to prosecute. What do you make of that?
Well, I think, again, it's going to be uphill for them. They'll raise all that case and felony charge by the end of the month. So they're nipped in the bud and say, look, we've had this diversion deal. I think the challenge for them will be transcript from that here, the judge, where she clearly says, you know, I don't think we have a deal here. And Hunter Biden says, I don't think we have a deal here, and piece it together, Dan, since then.
Yeah.
But I think it's tough to put Humpty Dumpty.
I think you may be right. So does this mean that there may be separate charges? Meaning it sounds like there's a statute issue that is more pressing on the gun charge, tax charges?
Yeah, they've got a speedy trial issue since with the gun charges that are apparently going to run out in October. So they filed in court.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Mute out though for a second. Let's finish this clip up. It ain't but a 5-minute clip, and it's about.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
I can't
Can you hear
hear
me?
shizzle. Hang on. Say it again.
Can you hear me?
Barely. I can barely hear you, but hang on. Can you play the video once?
Yeah, hold on.
Can you hear me?
Applied to get a gun.
Son, play the
he wasn't using drugs or.
Oh, play the video, and I'll see if I can hear that. Oh, I didn't hear it.
Well, hold on.
I can hear you like you're so freaking far away. It's unbelievable.
They could do the charges separately. They don't have to be in the.
Okay, hang on. I got you.
It could be.
Can you play it one more time?
Yeah.
I would expect they'll bring him in the same
Oh,
court.
this sucks.
But yeah, they have the power now that he's the
You got to turn your other, if you got anything else playing, you got to turn it down, like on your phone or whatever.
I don't know. I'm looking. I don't know what I
I hear
did.
feedback. Did you hear me? I hear feedback. So
Okay, hang
if
on.
you've got anything,
So if I go, sorry, I'm learning. I'm dumb.
it's fine.
Let me try. How's that? Is that different?
Yeah, that's better there. Can you hear me now?
A little bit.
Hold on.
I have it on. I can't hear through my phone for some reason. So I'm trying. I wanted to see if I could put it on.
Well, let me finish playing this video out, and then we can try to figure it
Yeah,
out.
go
Okay?
ahead. Otherwise, I'm gonna leave and come back.
special counsel to bring charges anywhere.
That no one's really talking about is it's also possible that they'll bring additional charges, right? I mean, this was a plea deal. This was a plea that basically said, all right, you're going to plead guilty on the 2 misdemeanor tax charges and this diversionary program on the gun charge. It's possible now that there's no deal on the table that David Weiss could bring charges, right?
Dan. And I mean, I think the thing that would concern the Hunter Biden camp would be, the whole issue with did he register properly to lobby for governments? Was he required to do that in his business dealings with the various entities that he was involved in? So I think all of that is on the table. Investigations, I assume, were wide open. When David Weiss became a special counsel, everything became more wide scope. And I think everything's on the table and no table.
Any chance you think that there still could be a deal that could be worked out? I mean, is this possible as a way of the prosecutor, David, saying, I am deadly serious about this? You better deal. You think the deal days are over?
And I think the deal days are over. If there is a deal, he's going to have to plead felonies. I think the misdemeanor pre-trial diversion deals are off the table. He's facing much more serious felony charges.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation.
Okay, try it again, Dolly. I think I might have accidentally hit the wrong thing. Get off the roof.